Oh no, Minnesota, you gave the Mercury life. The Phoenix Mercury tied the series up at one apiece as they defeat the Minnesota Lynx 89-83 in overtime. And this was a comeback win for the ages. The Minnesota Lynx were up by 20 points at some point during the second half, and the Phoenix Mercury crawled all the way back. And not gonna lie, as a Raptor fan, this game reminded me of Game 3 of the Bucks Raptors in 2019. Mostly because the Bucks had a chance to go up 3-0 on us in the conference finals, and they kind of let the foot off the gas. Kawhi Leonard had his 36 points, and the Raptors won in double overtime. Here, the Mercury were down by 20. The Minnesota Lynx got them back in the game, and in a series where the Lynx could have gone 2-0 up, one game away from the WNBA finals, they let the Mercury back in it. And I like this game a lot overall for the Phoenix Mercury. Firstly, Satu Sabali, a lot better than Game 1. A lot more efficient from the field. Finally had a three-point shot going in. Alyssa Thomas, obviously, top 3 MVP for a reason, playing hard on both ends. And it wasn't just them two. It was Akoa Makani. It was Catherine Westbald. It was Sammy Whitcomb, all having fantastic games as part of the supporting cast or coming off the bench. And they needed these performances because Kalia Copper got injured in that fourth quarter. She had a bum ankle. She still had that big three at the end, but at the same time, she wasn't at 100%. She only had 8 points in this one. But you can't really ask for anything more. That three-point shot at the end was absolutely massive for the win. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. The Minnesota Lynx kind of choked this. And I'm not even going to say kind of choked this. They definitely choked this game away because, yes, Phoenix was gaining momentum going from the third to the fourth, but I think the Lynx had like a 10-point lead at some point halfway through the fourth, and they still gave it up. And it felt like one of those games where the stars really tried to be stars, and I'm not taking away anything from the best players on the Minnesota Lynx. They all had great games. But when you look at the top four of Nafisa Collier, Kayla McBride, Courtney Williams, they all had great games. Alana Smith had 13 points as the starting center. But the fact that the rest of the team had one field goal between them besides the top four says a lot because in the last game, the Minnesota Lynx got a lot of other people involved, and it didn't feel like it was that case today. They looked frustrated at the end of the day. Alyssa Thomas was getting in Nafisa Collier's head on her freaking birthday. And for a team that's usually so composed, they look flustered out there. It took them like 3 minutes to get the first points in overtime for themselves, and by that point, the Mercury were already a decent enough ahead. But at the end of the day, the Phoenix Mercury played a better game than Minnesota Lynx. The team overall had a better game than the Minnesota Lynx. And if the Mercury end up winning the series, everyone's going to look back at this game thinking, the Lynx gave this one up. The Mercury played great, but the Lynx gave this one up. Now the Mercury have home court advantage, and this is going to make this series a whole lot more interesting. Hopefully Kalia's injury is not too serious.